Hey guys, it's your favorite Paladin, Chirpy here, with another episode of Zero to Hero. We are on episode 3 right now. We are going the full experience from 0 IO all the way up to 2500 Keystone Hero, tanking the entire way there, following our strict rule set, which you can find in the previous episodes of the series. If you haven't watched the rest of the series yet, I highly recommend you do that. It's a lot of fun. We are also streaming the entire way there on Twitch at twitch.tv/chirpytv, link in the description. So if you want to catch us live pushing this project up, be sure to follow the channel there. Now, I know I said in my last episode that this episode would be full of shenanigans, but at the time I didn't realize how much content I had to go through to make this episode, and I want to include everything possible, because this is going to be the fully comprehensive build-up the entire way there. So, that being said, it doesn't mean that there's no shenanigans in this episode, because trust me, there are. It's just a little bit less than what's going to be coming up in the next episode. I hope to get all of this stuff out as quickly as possible for you guys. We had a lot of fun doing it, a lot of fun streaming it, and we're still going with it. So, yeah. Anyways, let's get on to the episode. We ended our last episode off pushing up a key into a plus 11 Azure vault. I took every first person that applied to this key. I made a little route that would be pug friendly, and we start going at it. I still want to practice this class as much as possible, so I'm trying to still do pulls that I would do in higher keys, that way I learn my defensive timings. Unfortunately, we do have shenanigans right off the bat on the first pull, and somebody butt pulls these other plants. So, you know, we improvise, we adapt, we overcome, as usual, and we get the pull done. It isn't without a death, though, but we get the pull done. And then we just continue on. No problem, no problem, no problem. I try to heal up our friends there, and for some reason I put a freedom on the Warlock at the end. The rest of the pulls are pretty clean leading up to this boss. This is my first time tanking this boss. So, I'm trying to figure out how to do it properly. I've seen other tanks do it. So, I'm just trying to line up these trees, knock as many saplings out, so that way we can clear out the room as best as possible. And yeah, everything looks pretty good. I don't manage my cooldowns properly here. Like, I bubble taunt because I sent my Divine Toll on the only 4 saplings that I popped earlier. But, you know, that's a learning experience, so I'm going to take that into my next time that I come in here. And I'll know to hold Divine Toll for the next, for the big explosions. And we get through this boss without any issues, really. Like, I was expecting a lot more problems on this one, especially with people needing to do mechanics, otherwise we get one shot. But it wasn't too bad. I look at the route just to make sure that I know what I'm doing. We get through everything just fine, and we go on to the second ring here. Now, I didn't realize that these arcane bashes were dodgeable. So I get knocked around like a ping pong ball for a little bit, and knocks me into kings. And that's completely my bad. I thought you just had to eat them the whole time. But later I learned as well, in my previous episode I said my bigwigs wasn't fixed properly. At this point it's still not fixed properly, so I'm not getting any alerts. I would just have to be watching the cast bars the entire time. It's not until the next episode when I finally fix my bigwigs. I see that we got some extra percent, and we're racing! We're racing to get across here before that patrol comes in, because we don't need it. We clear out this room without many issues. I heal up the rest of my party while our healer is getting mana back after the big pulls that we did around this room. And we go into this boss. I was expecting a lot of issues on this boss, but this group was actually pretty good with all the frontals. I was very surprised, very happily surprised, especially because in the next episode, this boss gives us nothing but pain. But you'll see that when we get there. But we get through this without really any issues. We walk around here. I think we lose one man at one point here. Yeah, we lose our shaman, unfortunately, but we have a B-res. I'm just waiting until after this phase to try to get him up. But literally every single person in our group has a B-res except for the shaman, so it's pretty convenient. I've heard so many horror stories from my chat about this boss and pugs and how everyone just dies from it all the time, and it's impossible to pug this key. But I was so pleasantly surprised by it. Maybe it's because my expectations were really low, but nobody got cleaved, nobody got orbed. It was really good. And then we go on to this next area. I hate doing this next area on my main account. I absolutely hate it. I find it such a waste of time walking down all these stairs. It takes 2 minutes just of travel time. The mobs never stay grouped together. And I do something funny here. I walk into a little swirly there while talking to chat. That's completely my bad, but luckily I get a B-res. I have Divine Toll up, so I get all the aggro back. Just my bad, my bad, my bad. I am the pug experience in this key. But we keep it going, and I'm trying to go as efficiently as possible while also making sure that I'm not overpulling. We get through the rest of the area without a problem, and we get through this next boss without a problem as well. Now right here, I got a little bit messed up. We get to the bottom of this circle, and what? The boss is just gone. I'm thinking like, oh my god, like really we did 25 minutes and there's no boss here? We're all looking around, everyone's typing in chat like, yo, where the boss at? And then it spawns right on top of us. Now, I wasn't paying attention when we were coming down the book, but right here you can see the boss is there. The boss is 100% there while we're coming down. And then look at these sneaky little imps running away. The pets went down first, triggered the boss, and then reset the boss. Oh my god. Anyways, we got through the boss. Everything was fine. That was just like, it just psyched me out completely. Had no idea what happened. And one of the other people in here loot the belt. I ask if they need it. They say they don't. I'm like, alright, score. We get some loot. I try to trade him. I'm stoked to get this belt right now because I have like a 340 item level belt. And he says that it's item level bound to him. Unfortunate, unfortunate. That could have been big gains. Oh well, we go on to the next one. We push it up to a plus 12 Shadowmoon. We got our redemption arc from our previous episode. We're not going to get hit by any body slams, any inhales, nothing. We also run into our first time of our friend lining up in the queue. And we have to do something tragic here. I have to explain to him that I'm doing a challenge. And I feel so bad. Because, you know, I would play with him any other time other than this. But for the integrity of the challenge, we have to say goodbye to Timmy here. Goodbye, Timmy. I'll see you next time. And we get a full group and we continue going. We got a big boy putting down a feast. I do a countdown. I put the key in. I still don't have my bigwigs on, by the way. So, you know, we're playing a little hard mode here. But we go, we send the key. And nothing really happens until this downstairs pack. We lose a man. I'm not even sure to what. And I walk out of my consecration. I put another one down. But I don't even know what happened here. I'm just about to get completely clapped on. And this is a plus 12. I don't want to say it's because of my gear. I'm not going to say it's not because of my gear either, though. But, I mean, I died. I died. I hit the floor. But now I'm never allowed to hit the floor there again. Right? If I got a kite, I got a kite. And then, oh my god, Pyro in the chat right there. 0 to 0, lol W. Yeah, he's right, though. 0 to 0. It's okay. It's a learning experience. It's a learning experience. We're going to keep on going. But man, yeah, he just killed me with that comment there. That was it. I just ate the ground. But we repull. No problem here. I have all my buttons. I don't even know how I died, honestly. Like, I didn't look at the logs or anything after. I'm assuming I just got void slashed and like I missed a global or missed a heal or something. It was 99% sure it was my fault. 100% sure it was my fault. It was my fault. But we get through it. Really cleanly, no problem. And now we got a redemption arc on these worms. One body slam, dodged. We run out, try to clear. Oh, our healer's gone. No problem, no problem, no problem. 2 body slams, dodged. This is easy. Never getting hit here again. Oh. Alright, well. We don't talk about those. We don't talk about those. We're just waiting for our healer to get back here. I try to pull these things. My shield doesn't bounce to the other bats. That makes me very sad. And we go on to the next worm here. I pre-freedom myself when I get the spits this time. So, hey, we're learning. No body slam. Another body slam dodge. I'm absolutely gaming. I'm cracked at this game. No problem. Easy peasy. We even get through the rest of the dungeon without a problem, period. Like, that was just absolutely awesome. And we still plus 2 to this well. And we got some loot. So, you know, big gains on that one. And we got a 14 temple. So, we head into this 14 temple with a brand new group. And I'm thinking, alright, I'm going to get the first kick on this guy. I'm going to pull everything up. I'm going to Divine Toll. You know, and right there, everybody in the group dies. A tidal burst went off. I could have kicked it. I could have kicked it if I ran up, but I honestly gave too much credit to the group there. And at this point, I'm just fighting for my life. I brought the water elemental up the stairs there. And he got a tidal burst off on people as they were walking back in. That was my fault. And now I know I just need to sit on these water speakers the entire time. I can't be trying to trust my group with any kicks, period. Like, at all. So I'm taking that responsibility on for the rest of the key. Any important kick, I need to make sure that I'm on it. But we, you know, we're still playing. We're still going. It's not the end of the key. It's still just a 14. I'm trying to keep him on the corner here so people can line of sight if they know the tech. But it seems like most people don't know that they can line of sight the Tainted Ripple. So they're just eating it and giving our healer a heart attack. But now I know I'm sitting on this water speaker. Anything important, I'm kicking it. I'm a little bit worried about the next pack, but it actually doesn't go too bad. We're able to get all the stops pretty much, and it goes pretty well. Kind of. You see I'm like frantically switching between the water speakers, trying to get all the casts that I can, but one goes off. Everyone lives though, thankfully. At this point, I'm out of buttons. I have nothing that I can send to keep people up. I'm trying to get every kick imaginable. I'm trying to get all the explosives too. I'm just, I am sweating out here. This is the hardest I've ever tried getting through this pull. Like, it's normally not that hard. You have one person rotating on one thing, you have another person rotating on the other one. Anyways, we got through it, and we're on to the boss. This boss is usually a pug killer as well with the washaways and the water that bursts up, but we only get one death out of it, and we're able to just move on. We get over to this fish pool. I'm really worried about the haunting shot and the sleeps, but we get through it without a cinch. Everything is good. And we just keep on clearing the trash. Like, everyone is playing really well right now. I suspect that the DK is actually on an alt, because he's actually getting a lot of kicks and a lot of stops with grips. So I'm pretty content with that. Normally, like, you know, 1000 IO players don't know how to use their abilities to actually stop things. So that was really nice to see. We got on this boss. This boss is usually a pug stomper as well, because people don't shift properly. But in the beginning of the fight, I said we start on the left, we swap at 6 stacks. Normally go till 7 when I'm playing on my main account. But just for safety of it being in a low IO pug, I said, you know, let's swap on 6, be safe in case somebody swaps late. And we're able to get through this fight pretty scot-free. I still don't know if I'm playing this class right. Like, I still don't know if I'm doing my rotation properly at this point. It's not until probably the next episode when I actually get in the swing of things. I pull these guys over the wall because I've seen other people do it. I'm trying to get the kicks. We're watching the frontals on the shambling infester guy there. And I have really good hopes for this key right now. Like, we're on pretty good pace. It could be a little bit better, but we're on pretty good pace. So, you know, I'm trying to go as fast as possible here, and we just lose 2 people to the frontal, just immediately. And that's just tragic. Everybody gets back up, we go into the next pull. And, Blizzard, when are we getting transparent trees? RuneScape has transparent trees. Why don't we have transparent trees? Look, I'm playing through a window of trees right now. Why is this a thing? I can't even see what's going on here. I get stunned in the leg sweep. I'm literally just trying to look through leaves. I hate playing this close up to my character as well. You'll see I always play zoomed out. I absolutely hate that. But whatever, we get through the pool, and this is where things start to break down, really. Screams go off. I have to bubble out of a scream. Somebody else is not able to bubble, unfortunately. Pulls everything else in. And we get double feared, triple feared, and that's just the key right there, guys. Like, we just lost so much time, but we run it back. We do the pull again. This time, I'm sitting on the only Haunting Shaw in the pack. And we're able to get through it. So it's just, you know, just unfortunate. One missed kick is all it takes to ruin this whole room here. But, you know, it is what it is, guys. And then, right there, man, like, I have to run out to range to clear the Thundering. Tanks don't really ever have to clear Thundering anymore with the new change to it, but You know, I guess I should have just been more aware that I had to clear the priest, I guess. So I should have just ran out 30 yards earlier, I guess. That's my job now. So my expectations for pug groups are just getting lower and lower throughout this key as I'm realizing I have to do more and more just to make it through. I have to get every kick, I have to get every stop myself. I have to make sure I'm clearing Thundering with range, which is an entire issue on its own. Especially when I'm trying not to get like crit in the back by facing away from targets and stuff. Because if I have to run through a pack here, and I just get crit in the back 16 times, I just fall over while I'm trying to clear Thundering. So it's not really ideal. But, you know, it is what it is. I thought this fight was going to be a lot harder in the Jade phase. So I was like really, really cautious with my cooldowns. But I think just because it was a 14 on Fortified, I didn't really get to experience the full tank pain that usually happens on this fight. And we do lose a guy to a frontal. But, you know, that happens. So this is the pull I was scared for. I've seen tanks die on this since week 1. I asked for a trap on one of the minions because I don't have all my cooldowns ready yet. I have to pre-ardent early here. I'm watching everything that I can here. And somehow the other minion's trap breaks and gets pulled in, but it's not too bad because I get my wings back up. But I don't even know how that trap broke. Like, I couldn't see it on screen in the VOD. But it's no problem. You know, we lived. I thought this pull was actually a lot easier than what it would be. I was expecting to just get one shot by a bunch of Dark Claws syncing up, but it didn't really happen, so I was pleasantly surprised with that. We get really good Thundering, and I know that the timer's already done, and I could have waited there, but we had really good Thundering timing, so I wanted to just pull the boss immediately. And we got through this boss without any problems. I learned that you can Divine Toll every set of ads. That's really nice. And we got some boots, which was a 50 item level boost, 55 item level boost on our boots. And then we get into our next key. So at this point, I'm like, oh, I should be farming 10s for not just easy IO or whatever, but for gear and for Primal Focus. It wasn't until after this key that somebody in my chat told me that you don't get Primal Focus from doing 10s. You have to do 11s and up. I also used the Legion Mog here to try to do this for the first time. So this was pretty exciting for me. Because if you use that Legion Mog with the shield, it glows when you're near Demon. So I was just waiting for enough clues to come in for me to guess properly on the thing. So that's pretty cool tech. I like that a lot. That's a nice little thing. When you're in an organized group and you're playing with a pally that has the shield, you can just walk into the group and everyone in your group just talks to somebody different. And you're guaranteed to get it right, one of you, right? So that's something you can do. It's pretty fun. And then we get through this boss without really any issues as well. So overall, you know, the key didn't go as fast as I would have liked, and I also tried to see if I could freedom the bubbles there. I don't know if you could do it to somebody after they get stunned, but you definitely can't freedom yourself beforehand. But that was for science. We did that for science. Our healer there got the auto attack ring, and that was about it for the first couple keys I did. They didn't go as well as I had planned. They didn't go as poorly as I thought they would. But all in all, it was a pretty good experience. And I wish I could say that for the keys to follow. If you want to catch these next keys, these next giant group of shenanigans where I get flamed by my teammates and it's just ridiculous in every way, shape, or form, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn on that notification bell for the next episode of Zero to Hero. If you like M+ guides, rogue guides, and all things like that, we also drop those on these channels. So be sure to check those out. I hope to see you guys soon in the next episode of our Zero to Hero grind. Thanks for watching.